Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Women like men who look approachable. And this is very important because I'm gonna tell you what, whether you talk about choosing signals, whether you talk about cold approach, or even anybody who follows me on a deeper level know about warm approach, you reading the woman. However you do it, you still have to look a certain way because women, what they doing, they inspecting the men. And they not just focused on the men's looks, but the vibe that they get from the man. And a lot of times, even if you look good to a woman, you might give a vibe like you ain't a fun guy, or you're not a cool guy, or whatever they happen to be looking for. So the thing is, they like the type of man who looks approachable. And by approachable means not so much that they can approach him, and that's in there, but so much like, oh, they can have a conversation with you. You would be cool. You're interesting. It's very important. Like you get a lot of guys thinking it's just the looks. But let me use an example, and it really inspired this because I happened to see an article, and it was somebody's TikTok, and there was this dude who, he presented himself in two ways. One was like super cut, super muscular, like body game on steroids type of thing, right? And you know, his look, his selfie and everything. Then another one, but he had a real serious look and everything. And then the second one, he had more weight on. He had more weight on, but he was smiling and chilling. And then there was like about 7,000 comments on it. I should have saved it. It'd be hard to find. Just as an aside, I be finding stuff just putting in random words because that's just my nature anyway, just to be on the internet and not even looking for relationship stuff, but just looking for random stuff. That's my geekness. That's my geekness. I've been like that since I was young, and my grandmother would always buy me a set of encyclopedias every year. So, but anyway, he had two different looks. The women, they like the second look. So the first one, dude was real cut. The second one, dude had some weight on him. All the women were liking the first one. Of course, the guys in there were like, no, y'all really like the first one. And the women were liking the second one rather. And it was just like, And you know, it's interesting what it was, that he just looked more at peace. See, I'm gonna tell you something. That's why many handsome men will have trouble. That's why many handsome men, it's not so much their bone structure. Women check it out, of course, but as I say, they check everything out. So they'll check out the bone structure, but if the guy looks cocky or looks like he wouldn't talk to him, the women pull back. I experienced that a couple times in my life. There was a woman, and she was a young lady. I was working in the government. She was an intern. And she said she thought I was just mean and wouldn't be friendly until she just saw me smiling. And something went further. Anyway, but she was like, nah, you look mean. You look mean-spirited, you know? And then there was another time a woman, she was like, yeah, he called cocky and conceited until I started talking. It's like, oh, he's all right. You know, see, the thing is, you still got to think about your personality, and you still got to think about your attitude. Now, one thing I've said before, like you get a lot of guys really have a negative attitude towards women. Really, even though like it's like one of those things where, yeah, they say, you know, the guys will say they want sex, but then nothing beyond that. And the thing is, that's women picking up on it. Understand, women looking at everything. I can't emphasize that enough, you know? Like I've had some detractors say, well, Rom said looks don't matter. I've never said that. I said all I've said as far as that is, like if you average looking, just have some other shit, because women are looking at everything. And I've consistently said, hey, you better balance it out with some other shit, but they still looking. They take every single thing into consideration. That's why I say you better be dressed well too. They looking at your clothes. They looking at your height. They looking at every single thing. They ain't leaving anything out. See, some guys who don't realize they leaving thinking they are just looking at maybe just the face and the height. No, they looking at your body build. They looking at how your hair is. They looking at how you wearing your clothes. But even something, they looking at how you walk, how you talk. They looking at your posture. They looking at your face. Do you have that mean, like, sociopathic look, like you going to take them out, or you got some warm eyes? That's something I've heard women. I've gotten some feedback from women. They've said, "Oh, you know what? He got some nice eyes, like warm eyes, nice smile and stuff like that." They looking at all of that because, like, even with the face thing, they trying to get an idea. Women are trying to get an idea about your general personality. They ain't just looking at they looking at your face, but not just the bone structure. They looking at the personality, how you come across and everything. Like, I knew this guy, and this dude was some serious hotties. Like, no, he wasn't capping either. But, you know, some guys would be like, oh, he wouldn't get any play. He don't got that sharp jawline or something. But the thing with him, he always had a smile on his face. He always had a smile. He was cool. He was just down to earth, you know. And let me speak on that down to earth thing. You have to look like somebody that they can connect to. Connection is very powerful with women. Yeah, they can look at you. They can say you fine. They can lick their lips. They can have fantasies running through them. You still got to connect to them. You still got to connect to them. I mean, it's like, regardless, they got to still feel like you're going to talk to them. And then they still have to feel like they'll be comfortable with you. Like that example I used, the dude used 2 different pictures. And the one, you know, where he had some weight on, the women say he looked more fun. He'll go out to eat and stuff. In fact, there was another, something that I saved on IG. It had several pictures of guys, their abs and everything, in one dad bod. A lot of the women checking for the dad bod because they were like, oh, he looked like he can go eat. He'll go out. He ain't going to trip. He ain't going to be looking down at her because she's a little bit overweight or something like that. See, it comes down to how comfortable you make the woman feel. One of the realities out here is most women aren't comfortable with men. And I can't blame them. Because we got to keep in mind, there's some predators out here. There's some guys who stalking women. There's some guys grabbing them. I mean, rape is real. Physical sexual assault is real. So women, they walking out here scared. So one of the main things you got to do when you dealing with, you got to give them a vibe. You ain't going to just force them or something. Or you can't give them that crazy vibe. And see, all that's about your personality. All of that comes in your personality. Like, yeah, you can be serious and stuff, but, you know, if you got a ready smile, and let's be real about, if you take an honest look, whether you want to call them Chad, Tyrone, Mr. Goodbar, whatever, they cool people. They just cool, period. That's one thing I've noticed about, like, the real players. Even as a man, it's like they cool, like you can chill with them. They friendly and all of that. They got that charisma. They just shoot the breeze with you. They ain't coming off like an asshole to another man or something. You know? And yeah, like I said, it's that friendliness. And see, to the woman, that makes them real comfortable because that charisma, it means a lot. They can connect. And he's somebody they can talk to. So, you know, and they just like that type of man. They comfortable. You know? You still want to have the bait, of course. But the bait is just, that gets them over there. How you going to hook them? And not with any lines, because sometimes if you come off like, even if you look good to them, you can come off still as creepy if you hitting them with lines. But if you just able to have an easy conversation, just talk and laugh and everything, that goes a long way with a woman. Shoot. With women, shoot, they start late. That's how a lot of guys be getting some women too. Some guys don't like that, is everything, talk about being a clown, but I'm like, hold up, you're just having fun. Shoot, what's wrong with having fun with the woman? She might say some stuff make you laugh. So, but that's the thing. And that's just a woman's nature. They still gotta be comfortable. Yes, they checking out looks. Yes, they checking out maybe if you look like you got some resources. But they ultimately gotta be comfortable with you. And that's all in your personality. That's all in your personality. And I'm gonna tell you what, people say, well, how can I do that? Well, one of the things is just chill out, you know? Any hate you have for women, you need to work on it because they're gonna pick up on that shit. If you don't really see, one of the things with the men who are truly successful with women, truly successful, Like, not the guys who try to act like they are truly successful. Like women, I mean, they could just be walking down the street, women will randomly say hi. They actually just like women. Now, if you got a problem and you say, well, I don't want to like them. Okay, stop trying to fuck them. Just pay for some pussy. I'm dead serious. You might as well just pay. And even then, you had some, whether you call them 304, straight hoes, professionals, they will limit their contact with some men. So even then, you're not a guarantee. Just you gotta like them. And if you don't, or women did something to you, well, you need to deal with that first. That's how powerful it is. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.